Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Bash Harry, this is the Harry Knit. We do a lot of knitting content, as you can probably tell by the name, and if you read what the title says, it is 12 free knitting patterns for fall/autumn. So this is a series that I've been doing on this channel about free knitting patterns that you can do, whether you are just starting out or you've been knitting for years. These are some patterns that I think anyone would really enjoy, and these are not only so beautiful, they're free, which is like the best part, is when you can find a really good knitting pattern and it's free. Like, that is amazing. I've split this into categories, so we have some accessories and a lot more garments, because I prefer garments. It's just what I like knitting. Not necessarily all sweaters, but I do like wearing my knits out. I do live in Southeast Asia, so I don't tend to wear a lot of sweaters when I'm out. This is an exception. This is the Orbital Jumper by Ronti. I really like it. I made it 2 years ago and I still wear it very, very often because it's like quite sheer, because it uses like worsted or bulky weight and then lace weight yarn. So it's really nice to wear out for this weather. I have my glasses on. I have the knits here and we're going to talk about them. They're all available on Ravelry, so if you want to, I will have a library in the description, like a bundle if you want to check it out. But for now, let's just get started. Let's start off with accessories. So the first one here I have is Hermione's Everyday Socks by Erica Luder. This is a very old pattern. It was released in 2009 and it has over 41,000 projects. I think it's like 41.4K, which is crazy numbers. It's only in one size, admittedly. It's like a women's medium, but I'm sure if you go up or down a needle size, you can accommodate to your foot size. This one is so beautiful and it's free. The stitches is quite simple. It's a very basic row repeat. I think it's a 4-stitch pattern repeat, and it's easily customizable according to the Ravelry notes. So this one here is using 2.25 millimeters. I only have 2.0 and 2.5, but these are really nice. I have slowly started getting back into knitting socks. I used to not really like socks, I'll be honest, but I think what I realized is because I did not like the method. I was only using a circular 9-inch needle from Zing and it really hurt my hand. It was giving me cramps. But ever since I started doing the magic loop method for my socks, I've been enjoying it a lot more than I thought. So if you are looking to make socks and you don't really want to do a basic plain stockinette vanilla sock, I definitely think the Hermione's Everyday Socks would be really, really nice. This one here has about, like I said, 41,000 projects, which is a lot of projects. So there's a lot of inspiration that you can do for this piece. I think for me, if I were to make this, it would definitely be with a variegated or tonal shift yarn. I think it would look really nice, especially with the stitch pattern. From what I can remember, I think it has a bit of like knit, purl, but it's not a moss stitch and it's not a rib stitch. Because I remember years ago that I tried making this and it did not work out. So maybe it would work out for you. I might do this in the future. We shall see. Another pattern here that it's free. It's from one of our favorites. We feature them a lot. It's Pearl Soho. It is their classic ribbed hat. Everyone needs a nice ribbed hat, especially for the fall. I do have some hats that I've made over the past year, and this one from them is the classic ribbed hat. You will see many rib hats in stores, especially around this time. If you want to knit one for yourself, Pearl Soho has got you covered. This is using a pretty thin needle. It's 3.25. I don't think I even have that. I think I only have 3.5 and 3 millimeter. I don't have 3.25. This one comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sizes. So baby, kid, adult small, medium, and large. So this one would be a very fun project for anyone. If you're in a family with kids, You can make matching hats. That'd be so cute. And it also gives you options. So you can do the basic one, which is a solid color, or you can do a thin stripe version, thick stripe version, or color block and 3 color block. So there's a lot of options you can do for this sort of hat. And plus, it is free. I actually have like 14 yarns in this project that I can use for this project. I have 14 yarn in my stash that I can use according to Ravelry. So I'm pretty sure this is an absolutely popular pattern that a lot of people can do. And also, not all of them is using DK. I see some people are using worsted and even DK and fingering weight yarn. So I think this is definitely something that a lot of people can try out, which seems very exciting. This is 32 stitches by 33 rows, so it's to be expected. It's ribbed, so it's going to be a little tighter, and you can also wear it with the brim up or without. Those are the 2 accessories that I have only. Let's move on to the apparels, the garments, the wearables, because that's one I prefer a little bit more. The first one we have up is the Cleome cardigan. This one just recently released. It's by Rachel Brockman under Universal Yarn website. I love cables. I love the design. I'm a sucker for anything lacy, especially for not just fall, but also spring and summer, this kind of weather that I experience most of the year. This one here has this really beautiful lace diamond design that comes with the cardigan. In the pattern that I'm showing you right now, it's using worsted weight yarn at 18 stitches by 26 rows in cables and lace. And she's using silk, wool, and cotton by Rico Design. But I feel like with a pattern like this, if you wanted it to be more fall appropriate, you can definitely switch out the silk blend into something warmer like wool. And it's just so pretty. It has that little tiny one button. This is relatively new, so it doesn't have any projects with it, but it is a beautiful cardigan. It is slightly cropped. That's a very Gen Z thing to do now, is cropping everything. And I am also part of the problem. I crop a lot of my clothes too. But you can definitely lengthen this if you wanted to. So it's knitted flat in pieces from bottom up and then seamed together. So just be careful, just be mindful, be demure about it. I think by the time this video comes out, I think demure is no longer going to be on trend. This is the design, and I really like the sleeves, the straight sleeves. It's almost bell. It's not quite though. It has like a little edge to it that I like, and I like the cable designs a lot. Oof, I really need to make another cardigan. It's been a hot minute. Another pattern here that we shall recommend is the Nova sweater by the Knit Pearl Girl. This is a free pattern inspired by traditional Nordic knitting. So it is a sweater with a circular yoke that comes from the top down and in the round. You can see there's this stranded colorwork design right there. I love the colors that she chose. The black and white are really nice contrast together. I would like to note that this pattern is free, but it has not been tech edited or test knitted, but she did provide the pattern. And if you found any mistakes or errors, feel free to contact her about them. It looks very beautiful. I love the design. You see a lot of circular yoke sweaters like these. They're quite popular around this time as well. I've made one, which is the Hello from My Colors crop, but it was like a t-shirt version of this. I've never made a proper color yoke sweater. Not yet, but this is definitely tempting me. And the fact that it's free is such a win. This one here uses Aran weight yarn at 20 stitches by 24 rows using 4.5 millimeter needles or 3.5 millimeter needles. So I'm guessing the 3.5 is for the rib. I'm looking at the projects. There's really nice ideas here that definitely you can modify it, whether it's the length or the fit. Some people I see are sizing down, so it's a more fitted sweater. That's definitely on trend now. We don't really see a lot of oversized things anymore, and I like that. I like having fitted pieces too. Speaking of cardigans, like the Cleome cardigan, we have here the Turtle Dove cardigan by Sonder Yarn Co. And this was published originally in Lane magazine issue 18. I really want to get myself a Lane issue magazine one of these days. I don't know if I'll ever knit one of the pieces, but I just like looking at them. They're so pretty. This one is such a beautiful pattern. It is intended to be soft and light, and it's knitted with 2 strands of mohair and woolly non-superwash yarn. So it comes out to about DK weight yarn if it's fingering plus 2 lace. This is 16 stitches by 21 rows, and you can see how fuzzy it is in the photos. Like this one over here, you can see the fuzz coming out, and I really like it. I also like, I think this is rib, I'm not entirely sure, but like the neckline area or this area of the cardigan, I like that, and the collar as well that pops out. I think is a really nice design touch to it. It keeps it a lot more unique than just a basic cardigan. This one here has 188 projects, and it uses quite a lot of yarn. I'm guessing it's because it's quite a bulky cardigan, but it does come up to 9 sizes. So this I would consider is pretty size inclusive, all things considered. The next one that I have here, I think this is number 6, is the Sken Sweater by, oh, I hope I can pronounce this. This is Steen Hulgaard Johansen, and this is a pullover sweater. This is so pretty. This is a Swedish brand, and they offer designs inspired by Nordic, so they do Nordic designs. And this one specifically has this nice lace yoke cardigan. The model looks so badass. I mean, that's the first thing I think, is just like, she looks so cool. I love the lace pattern. This also comes in 9 sizes. It ranges from extra extra small to 4XL. This uses sport weight yarn at 23 stitches by 34 rows. So it's on the thinner side when it comes to yarn. I think it would take up maybe about 913 to 1826 yards. So quite a big jump. 913 yards is quite a lot, actually. This was released last year around the same time that I'm filming this video. I do love the lace. I think it would be really perfect for fall. Just a cool breeze hitting your skin. I think it'd be really, really cute. I feel like a design like this, you can see it's made of sport. I think it only uses 1 yarn, and it is 100% alpaca. So if you used 100% alpaca, I'm sure it would stretch a lot based on my experience working with alpaca yarn, but it is really pretty. I would say if I were to make something like this, to accommodate my weather, I'd probably work it with like a cotton or a merino blend. I've worn merino out in the country and it's been pretty okay, all things considered. Alpaca, I have sweated in alpaca in here, so probably not. I would try cotton, because I think with cotton and lace, it really opens up the pattern or the sweater, but it doesn't really give that nice finished look that I see a lot of people have when it comes to their like wool or alpaca sweaters. I'm going on a tangent, I'm so sorry. We're 6 down, let's do the other 6. The next one here is the Cropped Cable Vest by Cheryl Murray, and this was originally published by Cascade Yarns. I don't know if cable vests have gone out of style, but I still love a good cable vest. And this one here is absolutely beautiful. They're so cute, and I love all the twists, especially the one here at the very back middle and the front middle. I don't know what you call that cable design. I don't know what it's called, I'll be honest. But I know that what they're doing is a basic 8 cable. So you drop 4, knit the 4, and then pick it back up and knit whether front or back. And that's really easy once you get the hang of it. It uses bulky weight yarn at 20 stitches by 28 rows using 5mm needles. I think the one thing maybe somebody wouldn't like about it is how the vest kind of turns into almost a cap sleeve t-shirt, but I personally like that. I get it, but I do like that cap sleeve look with the vest. Then you can just wear it out on its own. But if you were going to wear that for fall, you probably would want to wear a shirt underneath it just in case it does get breezy. Wear a jacket over it. This one uses Cascade Yarn Elysian 6, which is about 60% merino, 40% wool. I think a sweater vest like this would look really nice if you pair it together with like a worsted and a fingering. Like for me, I'm thinking knitting for olive, heavy merino, and like a lace weight yarn held together would look really nice for a cable vest. but that's just what I'm thinking right now. Would I make a vest like this? Kind of, but I already have a cable vest in the making, so I'd probably like hold on to it. But if you're interested in learning cables, this would probably be a good pattern for you to start off with, especially since there's so many. Another one here is the Vardag pullover by Kajsa Vororella Fredriksson. This one is also by Garbo, and this is a pullover, and you can see all the beautiful rib design. I love a split hem. I've gotten really into split hems ever since I did a split hem for, I believe it was, I forgot what pattern it was. It was a shirt. It was a white shirt that I made recently. I say recently, it was last year, but it had a split hem and I really enjoyed knitting that. I thought it was a really fun design element. And then I also really like that it's this detailing, this rib detailing looks really, really fun. This one here is worsted weight and it's by 15 stitches by 26 rows using 5mm needles and 4mm. These come in, I believe it is 9 sizes starting from extra extra small to 4XL and uses 787 to 1378 yards. This one has also been used knitting for olive heavy merino. Would I make a pullover like this? Maybe. I do like it. I love the detailings and I love the pattern. I just don't know if I have enough worsted weight yarn to make this pattern right now. I'd probably turn it into a t-shirt. There was this person who turned it into a t-shirt. So I might do that instead. I think that would be a lot more wearable for me right now. So that's an option that you can do as well if you wanted something that wasn't too heavy on the sleeves. Next up here is our final 4. Coming up next, we've got the Autumn League pullover by Alexandra Tavel. She released this under Two of Wands, her collection, I think. And this one is a sweater pullover using DK weight yarn at 19 stitches and 24 rows. So this one is a paid one at $7.50, but there is a free version available, I think, on the Pattern website. And this is such a nice casual sweater. I remember seeing this when I was much younger. I say much younger, probably about 2018 when this was released, because I wanted a basic sweater design when I was still living in the UK, and I never got a chance to make a sweater, well, until I graduated and moved to a climate where I can literally very rarely wear woolen sweaters. But this one is so beautiful. It's a crew neck raglan sweater, so it's worked up, I believe, kind of like a crew neck here and then goes down. Something like this, which is a raglan design by Ranti, like I said. And this one has a double ribbed neckband and a V-insert neck triangle. So it gives a lot more personality to a very basic sweater. And sweaters can be very basic. We all have one basic sweater in our collection, but this one just gives that little oomph that sometimes we might need for our sweaters. This is a very popular project as well. It has about 1,600. I definitely would make this with something really heavy and I'd be excited to try it out if I could. It does use DK weight yarn, so it would probably be a pretty long project compared to the others that use bulky and Aran weight, but still you would get a really beautiful finish. Another one here that I really love is the polo sweater by Caitlin Barthold. I love specifically the deep V-neck with a collar. I think it's really fun. This one's paid as well at $5, but there is a free version available if you want to get it. It is kind of preppy, very classic with the collar, but I think with the neckline and the faux seams, it actually looks very professional, very cool, and I really like the design. Also because I think she knitted it in such a pretty color, since it's in white, it really evokes that preppy style that this pattern gives. If it were up to me, I think I would shorten the sleeves, maybe into like a 3/4, a short sleeve to a 3/4, because I think that would give more of a preppy vibe in my opinion, and I might just tighten it up so it looks a bit more fitted to my body. This one uses DK weight yarn as well at 22 stitches to 30 rows, and it does use crochet because it does say that it requires a 5mm hook. So keep that in mind if you do plan on making this. It is intermediate level, so you might need to learn a few things along the way if you plan on learning how to do this, but I think it looks really nice. And I want to learn how to make this. This might be in my favorites. I'm gonna add that into my favorites right now, actually. We've got our last two projects, our last two patterns I'm sharing with you in this video. The next one here is the Macaron Cardigan by Espace Tricot. Listen, I have mentioned their brand a lot of times. I really love their products. I need to learn how to pronounce it properly. I'm sorry. This one here is, like I said, their macaron cardigan. We're showing a lot of cardigans today. This uses light fingering and lace to make a DK weight yarn, and it uses 20 stitches and 30 rows for the gauge. They use very thin needles. It's about 4mm and 3mm needles. And it has a lot of ease. So it is about 6 to 10 inches of positive ease for this cardigan. I really love the color that they chose. It's very macaron color, like that pastel, almost sweet design, the color. And it's a very basic cardigan, all things considered. But I think with a cardigan like this, you can definitely play around with the sleeves, maybe, because I see it has like some balloon sleeves, but you can definitely make it tighter if you want like that balloon effect, which I personally like when it comes to the sleeves. And I think this would be really fun. It's such a nice pattern. Espace Tricot has a lot of really great patterns on their website that I think you should definitely check out if you can. This is just one of them. And I definitely know I featured their products in my previous video about free summer patterns. So you should check that out, even if you're heading into winter or fall. Always really good to learn more about like different knitting patterns. And last but not least, and my personal favorite because it's just so freaking cool, this is the Iris Pullover by Anne-Sophie Velling. This one is also by Yarbo, but I do know Anne-Sophie Velling's work. I've seen her dresses and I think they're absolutely beautiful. So the fact she has a pattern out for free under Yarbo is amazing, because I love her sleeve work, the peplum. It's so modern and so rugged and yet so feminine at the same time, and I really love it. I love the detailings. It is pretty heavy at Aran weight yarn. It's 17 stitches by 23 rows at 5.5mm or 5mm, and it uses 1378 yards to 2,756 yards. But it does come in, I believe, 8 sizes at extra small to 4XL. The designs are so pretty. I love the collar. I love the sleeves. I love the peplum. What more can you say about it? It was released 2 years ago in February 2022. And I feel like this is such an underrated pattern because it's so beautiful to look at, and I just want to see more of it in the future. I might knit this as well. I really love the fit. I like that it's oversized, and I like how cool it looks, you know? Okay, I think that is all from me. I'm really sorry if the lighting has come and gone. I think it's gonna start raining, but if you did like this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And feel free to leave in the comments if you have any knitting patterns that I'm missing out that you think more people should know about, especially entering fall and winter season. Please let me know. But until then, thank you so much for watching. My name is Bash Harry. This is the Harry Knit, and I will see you later. Bye!